diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lewis. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. On the run, it's Bishop. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. With the catch, it's Jefferson. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Makes the grab. It's Matthews. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
And QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes.
He's looking deep. Grabs it inside the 15. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll try the right side. Powers through the defender. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a 1st down at the 22. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Get it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
The sure hands. It's Craver. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, where you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
That's caught. It's Craver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Got out of trouble and throws. Give him 6. Touchdown, Aggies. And these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Lewis. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college.
There he goes. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Fires to the right. Makes the catch. It's Staley. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards, added up for a 1st down.
Love that throw there. And I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on.
Going over the top. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown ball.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Coming out with it, it's Bussey. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that's not Not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They've got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Big fella showing some ability. Got away from one tackle. Defense lucky they had a few more there to help.
Yeah, he's not a big stiff. He's not a blocking tight end. This guy can do some work out in the open field as well, and he showed you his athleticism.
Right down the middle. Tight end getting vertical. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
To the air, it's Reed. He's got it down the middle. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Look, as an offense, we're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that third down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not by much.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards and nailing on third down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Grab behind the line, it's Owens. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that third down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one to see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free. But the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. The give to the back. On the move at the 30. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Let's go! Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quarterback moving. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Going to try to get it himself. He stopped just inches away from the first down, but boy, can he buy time and strike fear into the heart of a defense.
Really nice job by the defense that time. Third down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up fourth down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Finds a little space. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that first down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
This is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Reed. He tries to take the top off. It's picked off, and that's number 10. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Unloads quickly. And the Vols can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Going deep. Got it in stride at the 15. Touchdown, Volunteer. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, too. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. This one's complete. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. It's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting it to the big fella at tight end.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air, it's Reed. Bringing the heat. Trying to get rid of it. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They'll start this drive with a pass. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Tennessee! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. And this defense is just getting squeezed by the Big Orange, and he's cutting him up like Peyton Manning.
And no answers. I mean, he's really had his way. They haven't made him feel uncomfortable. If I'm a Vols fan, I'm jacked up that I got this guy at quarterback because he's showing he can put up some big numbers.
Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Power football with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case. And there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And that's a really good job by this defense being down. And you got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got the tight end. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Looking for a man. It's Reed. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. How long have the Aggies been fishing for jumbo plays like that one?
Just dying for it. They just want high-flying offense. They want fun. They want excitement. They had it back in the day with Johnny Manziel. Been searching for those big-time plays, that big-time offense since that point.
Wants to throw it. He'll take the deep shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Moss. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the 1st down marker is. I got to get a big gain, got to get that 1st down. Nice job, great nose for the 1st down.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Dropping back, it's Reed. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this 2nd half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Tough to beat in action, gentlemen. You know that. Let's take a look at the highlights. UMass has had almost no answers today, and when they have had them, that other sideline has changed the questions. A puzzling performance in Amherst. They're trailing by 14 to Michigan State. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Receiver on the move, gets the touch pass. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
I I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Grinding and pushing his way, and man, he got behind his pads, but they get him stopped just inches away from the goal line. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Fourth down and less than a yard, and of course the offense is going to stay on the field. Back to pass, it's Aguilar. Touchdown ball! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Texas A&M, 14.
Fielded in the end zone. It's busted. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Owens. He'll pitch it. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bussey. He's got great speed. Got a little room. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Aggie!
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. Return on that one for a touchback. So here is the Tennessee offense. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. On the ground, it's Bishop. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. He unleashes a long one. He's got it. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Volunteers will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Hey, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Looking for a man. It's Reed. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
You know, it's going to be so important for this offense to get better up front protecting and try to give this quarterback a pocket to throw from. Because David, right now in that last play, he had no chance.
Yeah, and step one in stopping a good passing attack is always being able to affect the quarterback. And it's not always with sacks, and sometimes it's with pressures. But when you get the sacks, and now you get them behind the sticks and put them in more predictable situations, that is exactly what you want from your defense.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking for a huge play. He's got it down the left. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And I feel sorry for this defense. Like, they're having to defend the entire field. QB's already shown he can beat you with his arm. Now, with his legs and his decision-making, getting the ball to the pitch man, he's shown a variety. In this defense, they're having to defend the whole entire field.
The give to the tailback. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
And the Volunteers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity. When
Got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Volunteer! This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
He'll bring it out. It's Bussy. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Texas A&M offense goes back to work. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. The give to the back. Past the first down marker and still running. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Unloads it left. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Wants to throw. It's Reed. Throws to the tight end. On target over the middle. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Gonna look downfield again. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Going for 6. Finds a man in the middle. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft.
Touchdown, Aggies! And they take it in for 6 more points. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Lewis. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Scanning the field, it's Aguilar. Oh, they're after him. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
On the run, fires downfield. Finds a man on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Takes a hit as he fires. Caught close to the marker, it's Staley. They make the stop, but man, this senior took one right in the mustache as he fired the completion. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. With jet sweep pass. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll run the counter. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And they get him down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Grab near the sticks. It's Jackson. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run the option. They go to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. TCU looked less like a pack of frogs and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in front of its home fans, and today they found a way outside of Carter Stadium. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the Sun Belt is right now, and man, what a difference.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Back to pass, it's Reed. Throws for the tight end. Complete in the middle. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to let it go. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Aggies. A great catch and run for 6. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Let's go! Now on the option. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Aguilar. Under fire. Grabbed over the middle, it's Lewis. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that 3rd and long situation, it's just too much work for that running back to convert that 3rd down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
The Vols will try to pick it up on 4th down. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Vols! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Bussey. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Complete with conviction on the crosser. And he picked up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the 4th quarter,
going for the big play. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that for Palmer. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account. And it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change. And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did. And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. And the Vols come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Looking to pass. It's Aguilar. Right on the money. Crosses the 30, he's got away. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. The Volunteers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. A touch pass on the jet sweep. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown!
the football, run this game out? No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Texas A&M, 35.
He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, and this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect them.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
They want that clock to run. Turning it on! And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Bussey. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Here's the pressure. Blasted as he lets it go.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He'll pull it down and run. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
To the air, it's Reed. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode. And what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback. And you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
This is my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. He'll take another shot here. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they've put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They've dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the park each and every week. And that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack,